best 5 hours I've had this year, I think. Yeah.
Well, this is going to be the
I got
best
up.
hour you've had this year.
Oh, yes, exactly.
Why
And if it isn't, it's your fault.
Yeah, it's my fault. No, it's not. It's your fault. We decided that.
Yeah, I know. Mine's if it's not funny enough.
Oh, yeah. That's true, yeah.
Yeah, I can't be blamed for everything. Christ.
If it's not good enough, it's my fault. If it's not funny enough, that's definitely on you.
Boom. I'll take that.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because I thought we were going to interview Lee, but I didn't know if we were going to get to meet Dawn today.
Yeah, I haven't got time to shave. We could do another one with Dawn next time.
No, I'm quite looking forward to talking to you, to be honest.
All right, cool. All right.
You know, Dawn's lovely. I don't mean any offence, Dawn, but, you know, she gets enough...
Just keeps banging on about the animals, though, doesn't she?
Just keeps going on, yeah. Like,
she's obsessed. She's obsessed. We know you're vegan, mate, but Christ.
Give it a rush. Bloody vegans.
Yeah, I know.
I like, maybe it's the lesbian in me, but I like watching Dawn in the bath. I'm not going to lie. Your bath videos are brilliant.
Yes.
So.
Maybe it's the lesbian in me, but I like doing it.
Maybe it is.
There's nothing more soul destroying. There's nothing more soul destroying getting in the bath in that wig and teeth, and then getting out again, and then changing ends and putting another wig on. It's fun, obviously, when you're editing, but when you're doing it, you think, "What the fuck am I doing?"
Yeah.
All my mates have jobs.
Yeah, you're right. You get in the water and it's all nice and soapy and warm and lovely, and then.
Yeah, and then there's just these hairy bollocks get out with this sort of old Santa wig on and a bobble hat. It's like, Christ.
You're giving away the illusion.
Oh, sorry. Is this in? Are we on now? Is this part of it? Oh, shit. My hairy bollocks is that's the title of this episode. Dawn's hairy bollocks.
Was I supposed to tell you we were recording? Sorry, yeah, you're live now.
A little bit. Right, don't swear, or you just straight in there.
It's fine, you can swear. I think when I took over doing this podcast, Jim knows I'm a potty mouth. So
okay.
He expected a little bit of swearing, so it's fine.
Oh, fair enough. Yeah, well, same here then, yeah.
It's fine. I do rate it a little bit. I try and be a little bit profesh, but only a little bit.
Yeah,
that, so it's all good.
We've got the stuff out the way now. I'll behave now. Yeah.
Do you want? Shall I start it like a professional podcast, like Jim? No, you're not Jim. God.
I mean, you could start it like that, but it'd be a bit weird. Yes, Janet.
You just call you a different name, call me a different name. It's going to be fine.
Yeah.
I can't.
Yeah, it's fine.
What do I look like? No,
you could do. If you're up for if Jim's up for doing a little bit of editing, you could start it now and then keep what we said earlier as like a bit before the intro or an outtake, or just leave it in. It's up to you.
I don't know what he'll do.
No,
with
just
it.
leave it.
It's like the inner workings of my mind. It all came out. You said we're recording now, Lee.
Oh, are we? Oh, okay.
Yeah. We have been for 10 minutes.
Okay. I definitely won't say Dawn's hairy bollocks in the bath. I definitely won't say it then.
I can think of... Oh, that was loud. Sorry. I can think of worse places to work than in a bath. I don't think that's a bad thing.
Oh, yeah.
No room to manoeuvre on that.
I get so much... You haven't seen my bath. You've got. I get so much done in the bath. Who's the guy that Bryan Cranston played? He wrote scripts in the bath. The writer. Bryan Cranston played him in a film. Is it Cumbo or something like that?
I don't know.
Columbo? Cumbo? I can't remember. No, not Columbo. A famous writer who sat for hours writing his scripts with a cigarette and a little glass of whiskey in the bath.
Sounds good. Maybe not the cigarette.
It's great, isn't it? I know.
Yeah.
I don't do that, but it's still a an inspiring place in the shower. I get so many ideas in there. It's great.
I do a lot of our Little Green Pigeon reels in the bath. Not gonna lie.
Ah, nice.
That is where
why not, eh? Why not?
Yeah. Yeah.
Why not? Good acoustics.
Yeah. Well. Oh yeah. Yeah. I never thought about that. Yeah. It'd probably be good acoustics in there. Yeah. the odd bubble.
Yeah. It's gonna be interesting podcast about pigeons if you're going to...
All the vegan fun. Oh my God. Where do you write your scripts?
Where do I write? Just in my lounge, on the table in the lounge, right next to the back door where I can see the birds on the bird feeder.
Aww.
So I'm constantly sort of zoning out, watching the birds, and then I write a bit, and then I zone out. It's very peaceful.
Well, that's good. I just think what you do is so. Do you want me to confess something? I don't know if I said this to you, because we've met in person, haven't we? And we had a good night eating pizza and watching people on stage. It was bonkers.
Yeah, that's right.
I don't know if I told you this. The first time we met but didn't meet was at Freedom Fields, which is the sanctuary, the farm animal sanctuary. And I got a stand there for Little Green Pigeon with my other hat on, my other job. And I was talking to people and whatever, and I was aware that our very good mutual friend Jen, Vegan Queen V, was on stage, and she was on and off. And then I heard this singing, and I looked across and I thought, "What the hell is this?"
Hang on, you heard singing? It weren't me then.
It was you.
I heard an attempt at singing.
Well, I looked across, and then I had to just abandon the stand and come and look, and I couldn't work out what I was seeing. Obviously, it wasn't you, it was Dawn, and she was giving her all. I think it was possibly to a Guns N' Roses kind of backing track, but obviously about animals. I can't remember what it was, and I think my mouth hung open for a good 30 seconds before I could close it, and I was just like, I don't understand what I'm seeing, and then I got it. And I've been a fan ever since.
Yeah.
Like, this is brilliant. This is... Did you not know where that was going? Did you think I was going to go? And I still
No.
No, it's brilliant.
Yeah. And I went back to the stand and I thought, what the fucking hell?
No, honestly, I was a fan from that second. And I don't think we actually got to meet that weekend because we were both working so much. But it was... Yeah. It's just, I love what you do. I absolutely love what you do. And I saw a message of somebody recently on Instagram, and just goes, "Why has this guy not got a bigger audience, a bigger following?" And I think you're getting there because you are just so good. And I'm so glad to see that people are finding you now. It's yeah. Do you want to tell us, for those that are watching or listening to this podcast, a little bit about Dawn and what she does and what you do?
Yeah. So Dawn came about. So I've done like comedy characters for a long time. I've done stand up for years. And then when lockdown came, I started messing around in this field near my house, doing this. I was thinking of something to to keep my brain and my mental health going, to put a video out every day. And I started doing this bird watching character called Dawn Chorus. So I'd go out in the early hours of the dawn chorus when all the birds were waking up, doing this guessing game. What bird is this? What bird makes this noise? Blah, blah, blah. And people started liking it every day. Oh, I wonder what it is tomorrow. And, oh, this is funny and stuff like that. And I enjoyed doing it. And then 2021 I went vegan, and I thought, well, I still want to do comedy, but I can't. I'm obsessively researching about what happens to the animals and, the food side of it and everything. I fell down this avocado hole, rabbit hole, and just obsessively wanted to learn as much as I could. So, but then I was like, well, I can't stop doing the comedy as well. So I somehow combined the two and thought Dawn Corvus would definitely be vegan. Let's do lots of comedy videos, but as her, but it's almost sort of, but with a slight animal rights slant to it. And then the more research I did, and the more people I met, the more nonsense I heard with all these excuses, these terrible immoral justifications for trying to hurt animals. And I thought this, whilst this is a horrible topic, some of it is so funny.
Yeah.
There's so much comedy there. I'd see people like with activists in the street saying, yeah, well, plants feel pain, and well, what about lions and stuff? And these amazing activists were responding, but with a dead serious face, And I was thinking, you think you're a lion? This is hilarious. You think carrots are crying? This is brilliant. I thought there's comedy here. So, yeah, that was it really. I started doing song parodies and little skits with Dawn's nemesis, Peter the Meat Eater, who is a, proper carnivore, and he winds her up and gets lots more comedy out. So I play it from both sides, vegan and non-vegan. And, yeah, I just didn't realise how much comedy content there is in there. But it's still hopefully still educating people on it without sort of, there's a bit of light relief there. It's for the vegans. It's kind of, the awful things we hear and see all day, every day. There's not much solace for us. There's not much relief or escapism. So the comedy is for them. It's one massive in-joke for vegans, really. But then it's also anyone non-vegan sees it, hopefully it'll make them think, hang on, that's me. I say that, and it might realise the hypocrisy a little bit in things they say.
Yeah, I think that's why I loved it so much when I first saw it, and still I just think I love your new videos coming out because it as you say, it is the in-joke. You straight away, we as vegans can feel included in what you're doing because it is, and because we're just like, yeah, people have said that to me. And just the pointing out the obvious is...
Yeah.
It's fantastic. I love Peter.
Oh, that's nice.
I mean, I love hate him, obviously.
Oh, yeah, me too. It's it's endless. There's endless material with Peter the Meat Eater because it was me before I went vegan. He's a bit more extreme. Like he thought he was a carnivore and a lion, and he thinks he's a caveman and stuff. I was never that bad, but there's so much comedy stuff in there, and obviously it just makes Dawn even funnier, rolling her eyes, looking at the camera, going, "What the hell?" This. Yeah. What's this idiot on about?
He's brilliant. How did Dawn and Peter meet?
How did?
Because I'm assuming they're a couple because they're in the bath together.
No, they're not. They're not. There's sort of. It's not really explained. It's sort of a bit like Morecambe and Wise sharing a bed together.
Is it?
It's just okay. Just okay. Right. They just live together as flatmates. Maybe there'll be something happening in the future. Maybe there'll be chemistry. Maybe Dawn will convert Peter.
Maybe.
I don't know. Who knows? It depends how much time I've got on my hands because that's a lot of editing.
Because you were diagnosed, and it's like, how much time? Why? Oh my God, what's happening?
I know. And if they fall too much in love and they start having, making love, I mean, that's gonna. I've only got a green screen, There's only so much I can do. I'd have to hire someone to.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think they're best friends and enemies, and I think that it works like that.
Yeah.
So I do the obviously,
but it's the whole bath thing that threw me. I was like, they are very good friends.
Yeah. Oh right. Yeah. They share the bath. They share the bed. They dine together, and she met him speed dating. I don't know if you saw that.
Yes.
I want to eat plants for somebody when they're speed dating.
Mm-hmm.
But he's everywhere. He's in every scenario. So one video they can be strangers. Next video they can be in the bed together. He's just there he's just the stooge, for Dawn, really.
Yeah. Well, he's had his own videos as well, hasn't he? Which I've really enjoyed watching.
Exactly. Well. He's going to be doing more songs as well. I've got a few songs on the way, just really? By him.
Oh, yeah. Amazing! That would be great. That'd be fantastic. Yeah. I saw
whether he sings as well, I don't know.
What's that? Sorry.
Whether he sings as well as Dawn, I don't know.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. Is he? I'm trying to think what his accent is. It's different. Oh, he's Londoner, isn't he?
Yeah, he's just Midlands, I suppose, still, but he's a bit like a little bit Cockney. He's been around.
Yeah, he's couldn't work out exactly where it was. Obviously, she's more northern.
Yeah, yeah. His accent I would describe as toxic masculinity.
That is his accent. That's exactly.
Yeah, South toxic masculinity.
Yeah, it is that. Do you think if he ever went vegan, he could go out on the streets like Dawn does?
Yeah.
Because then you'd need another stooge. You'd need to replace him, so he can't.
Yeah, that's it. I think if he went out on the streets, it'd be to meet rallies. It'd be against vegans.
Yeah.
Stop preaching. Nah, there's enough of that in there. So
I do love the way that when you approach people, when you're doing your activism as Dawn on the streets.
Yeah.
I don't know, obviously, because we're not there, although we get to see it, but we don't always get to see that first meeting of like the first person before there's a lot of people gathered. That was a terrible question. What I'm trying to get at is, how do people, when they first come up to you and they see Dawn, before they realise you're going to talk to them about veganism, are they just confused, or are they laughing? How do they meet you, or do they just kind of go, "Whoa," like, and then you give them the microphone and start talking?
I don't know. It's a mixed bag, really. I think because it's kind of like a pantomime. Yeah. Really, like a dame. It's drag, ugly drag. Most drag artists are good looking.
Beautiful.
They pull it off. They look great. I haven't seen many ugly drag artists before, and it's ugly drag. So people say, "What do you do?" I go, "Ugly drag." They think I'm calling them ugly drag, but yeah. So some people are like sort of, "Oh, what the hell's this weirdo doing in the street?"
Yeah.
But most are intrigued. They're either completely, "I don't care, you just look like an idiot," or they're intrigued. And if I can hook them in some way, because it's all, Dawn is just a conversational point, really. That's all she is.
Yeah.
In the street, I could be dressed as anything. It doesn't matter. It's just to get people talking about the issue, Mm-hmm. And Dawn seems the perfect way. A, she gives me confidence, but B, she just stands out a mile in the crowd,
Yeah, you hit on something I was going to ask you, actually, is did you do activism before Dawn? On the street?
No.
Or is it?
No.
So do you find that you are more? I mean, you seem like a confident person, but are you more confident to talk to people and have those conversations because you can kind of not hide, but you're behind that facade, aren't you? You're behind Dawn.
Yeah. I'm definitely hiding. I've tried it since as me, and I can't do it.
Really?
Yeah, emotion gets in the way. I'm a bit of a sort of dribbling wreck. Whereas with Dawn, she just doesn't care, and she just say what the hell she wants and gets away with it because she's got a wig on and big teeth, right. And it doesn't matter. She can literally say what she wants. And I realised that recently when I did a stand-up gig, and within seconds called them all flesh eaters, and then did a whole bit about pigs in gas chambers, chicks in macerators, cows. Yeah, and then got through to the next round of this comedy competition, and it was an audience vote. And I thought, wow, there's something in this. And someone said to me recently that she's got very Dame Edna vibes about her, where she is lovable and really likeable, but she can really get away with murder if she wanted to.
Yeah.
And that's really, since hearing that, that's really inspired me. Like, wow, how far can I push this?
What can I say now? Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, I know. Like, I've noticed a little bit of that in the streets, in my interviews when I've gone up to people, and I've watched them back and I've been like, "Oh, mate, that was aggressive," or like, "Oh, straight to the point." But it's Dawn. I blame her. It's her fault. It's nothing to do with me. Like there's the one I posted recently where I'm like, "Are you against animal cruelty?" And the guy goes, "Yeah," and I go, "Great. Why are you paying for it?" And he's like, "What?" And he tries to change the subjects, and I'm like, when I watch it back, I'm like, "Oh." But it's brilliant. There's no messing around. There's no fannying around the issue like I would. I really would.
Yeah. Well, that's because you're a nice person. So I think you don't want to. I guess by our very nature as vegans, we don't necessarily want to go out and upset people, but you kind of have to. But as Dawn, it's not you, so you can go out and upset people without feeling bad about it, I guess.
Yeah. And what I find 9 times out of 10, I'm not really upsetting them. There's the odd one or two, but most people are they get into a debate, and at the end of the day, they think I look like an idiot, so they've already won.
True.
It doesn't matter what they say because they're talking to a weirdo with a bobble hat on. Like they're like, "Oh, doesn't matter, mate. Look at you. Look at your life." But conversationally, I think Dawn slays them.
Oh, totally. Yeah, she absolutely does. Yeah, every time. No. She's brilliant. She's brilliant.
Not slays her, but you know what I mean. She knows what she's doing.
You do every time. Every video I've seen, they either walk away basically telling you to do one, but it's like, whatever. And then you'll say something like, "Well, they were an idiot." Or you'll or they go, oh, and you can see that changing people. Like, oh, I didn't think about it like that. Nobody wants to change.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to be told they're wrong. And
it's good if they're told they're wrong or they're dealing with their hypocrisies. It's the best way to do that is if they're laughing. So if I've got them laughing already, or they're laughing at my appearance, or I've gone, oh, you look, I like your bag, or where'd you buy that, and stuff like that. They're already sort of laughing, and then I can ask them questions, and it's either stony face, drop the face. Would you just say to me, or which I very rarely get, or it's they're answering while still in that
they're vulnerable,
jovial, silly way. Vulnerable, vulnerable, exactly.
You've got through their shield on, you've got to their vulnerable bits because you've made them laugh. It's really powerful, and there's no one else.
I think I would much rather. No, yeah, there's a bit of a niche there, isn't there? I think if it was me in the streets, I wouldn't want to be spoken to in the street. I really wouldn't, especially about this. But I'd be more up for it if I knew this was a silly character. I'd play along and I'd get involved more than someone just coming over saying, "You do this. Why do you do this?" I'd be like, "What who the hell are you?" But if it's a character,
it's so aggressive, isn't it? And it's so even when it obviously it's done with good intentions, and but it is it's a bit of an affront to your privacy almost if you're just walking along and you don't know what that person's doing that day and or what's been going on that morning, and they could have had a terrible morning and someone coming up and saying you're wrong and this is why, whereas as you say you're kind of almost coming at it with love because you're coming at it with comedy and I think it's fantastic. I know Jamie Logan sort of comes at her activism a bit with comedy, but obviously she's American and it's a different way. She's kind of quite sarcastic with it. You are sarcastic, but I think in a more lovable. And I love Jamie Logan. I don't mean I love what she does. She's
brilliant.
But I think also it's slightly different British humour that you do is just it just seems to be really working.
Ah, thanks. That's really nice.
I love it.
Yeah, I never saw myself out on the streets as her. That's something new. Never thought I'd be a street activist, but there's something quite strangely addictive about doing it.
Is there?
Morbidly fascinating to see where it goes. Yeah, and what laughs I can get as well, which is odd.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And I think it's great to see you going out there doing it as well. Gives confidence to other people to go out and do it, which and I know like with everything, not everybody's going to be changed or going to think about veganism. We have to approach everybody in a different way, and some people it's seeing documentaries, and some people it's talking down the pub, and some people it is being talked to in the street. But it's all just so important. Every person's different, so the way you find veganism's got to be different. When you I'm intrigued now, this is because I'm nosy. When you go out do that on the street, do you drive to the destination as Dawn? Do you change before you leave the house?
No, I do it there and then in the street or an alley. I find an alley, like a smackhead. I'm just like putting a wig on and
really dodgy.
Are you ready yet? I have to wear contacts because the glasses haven't got lenses in.
Oh, right.
Yeah, they haven't got lenses in, so it's because it does something to my eyes. I don't know what, but I have to put contacts to see because I'm blind as a bat.
Could you not just get lenses?
I could do, but then they're a bit like this. You see how the screen is shining on them?
Yeah.
I know you can get anti-glare.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think the eyes are so important with Dawn's expressions and stuff like that.
I see what you mean. Right, I misunderstood. Yeah. I genuinely for a minute was thinking, is he not just thought about getting other glasses? Sorry.
Yeah, I can't afford. I'm vegan. I can't afford glasses in my. You should see my windows. They're just holes in the house. Yeah.
You just pull a curtain across at night.
Yeah, it's freezing in here.
Yeah, I see what you mean. So they can see you more clearly because you've got contacts in there.
Yeah, exactly.
There's no glare. Yeah, interesting.
Yeah, they're like really, really thin. Like they're broken. You can see that's a pattern there, but that's there's a split in my Dawn glasses. It's just literally fancy dress outfit out of a box. The wig is gross. It just sticks on anyway. The hat, the teeth are gross. They get funkier every time I do a show.
Oh,
joke shop teeth.
Oh,
I used to wear them all the time when I was little. I can't remember what the brand is now, but I was obsessed with jokes. You know, like the hand buzzers or the bubble gum that blackens your teeth and smoking cigarettes and all that joke shop stuff. And I used to wear those teeth all the time when I was a kid.
Did you really?
And, yeah, I used to do characters and voices all the time, and it's so nice to sort of visit that again and put silly teeth in and just dress up and have fun. And even though I'm obviously not laughing at the topic. The topic's horrendous, but
no,
if it gets people talking about that topic, then it's, I don't know. There's so much fun you can have there in a weird way.
Yeah. Oh, totally. Yeah, absolutely. But I bet you were a nightmare at school then.
Oh yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, mind you, all the bullies and the idiots were the class clowns. They always got the attention. I'd sort of sit at the back, sort of thinking, "That's not funny. This is funnier," but I won't say it. Making notes, and I was quite quiet at school.
Really?
Yeah,
so
it's quite quiet.
Then?
I thought you could say when did I start school then? I started comedy. I don't know, 1993. I started the local theatre, youth theatre,
right.
And I just wanted comedy parts in all the plays and musicals and stuff. And then I did some stand-up workshops in Leicester near me, and that was it. I was like, here it is. This is what I like. Getting laughter. I'm so insecure. Love laughs. Love laughs coming back at me, hitting my face. So I did that, and then I moved to London and just got on the circuit. Did about 15 years on and off there. But then got bored of my own persona again with my own voice, and I was never quite found me in there. So I thought, well, maybe I'm not meant to find me in there. Let's do characters instead. And I'm much more happier doing that, escaping as far away from me as I can, really.
Yeah, I guess with comedy, because I suppose it's a bit like driving to work and being at work. So you can, you put that wig and the teeth in, and you're at work and you're in. Does your body feel different? Do you feel that you stand differently, or is there like a physical difference?
A little bit, yeah. I mean, my denim jacket, it's got so many badges and patches on it. It's so heavy. I'm going to need a separate case just to cart that around soon, honestly. I've got so many sort of businesses on there, and I'm like, I'll grab your badge, stick it on the front and all that kind of stuff. Yeah,
is that where they come from? That's people, when you're out doing things, people saying, here's a badge.
Well, yeah, or I'll just say, can I have a badge, or buy a badge and then stick them on. And patches, I love getting patches and sticking that on there. I want to cover the whole thing if I can. And that's quite tight and heavy, so that kind of changes my body a little bit. But yeah, I mean, the teeth, they pull my face right, my lip comes right down. My jaw, my face changes because of the teeth.
Yeah.
And my eye, because these are quite thick, because I'm blind. So when I haven't got them in, my eyes zoom in. My eyes are bigger. So I just look. I change quite a bit.
I know. I was surprised when I met you. Yeah, I was surprised because I'd not seen you out of character, and then we went to a party and you were there, and we said hello, and I was like, never. That's never. That's.
Yeah, I know, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It's mad
so
how it
weird.
changes so much. Yeah, it really does. Do you think? Have you got any other characters? Do you think you would bring other characters in as time goes on, or will it just wait and see? Or because I know at one point we saw like Dawn's mum, and was it Dawn's granddad? And that was brilliant.
Yeah, the whole family were on there, weren't they? Loads of sort of weird inbred village type folk with a set of teeth they all share. Yeah, no, I've got this. I've recently met some vegans who are very vegan, far too much time on their hands, and are very critical of vegans and the things they say and how they do their activism and the words they use. So I want to get one of them in to sort of bring down Dawn a peg or two. So I'm working on a couple of videos of that at the moment. You know, very vegan. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I'll see how that goes, but because there's comedy there as well. Like, if you know, I've been told off for saying animal cruelty in the street, and people have corrected me saying, "You mean animal exploitation?" I'm like, "Well, yeah, of course, yeah, but what part of exploitation isn't cruel?" And it's just like nitpicking on words. And I'm like, "Are you out there doing this, or what? Are you out in the street doing these chats, or you're just a keyboard warrior?"
Yeah.
Someone who's very picky and critical of vegans is funny.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
I think it's funny because it's it's like someone telling someone how to teach the piano when they can't play the piano, or they're not playing the piano. That's funny.
Yeah. It is. Yeah. And I'd be really interested to see how that comes out then because there are so many of them in our community. There's probably some of them watching now. We mean no offence, but stop judging.
Yeah. Well, they're going to go through and change all the wording on this. You said hairy bollocks when in fact you mean furry testicles. Things like that. They're going to be it doesn't matter, does it? It doesn't. Long as animals stop getting hurt, you do what you can to get there. You use what you can.
Yeah.
That's the main thing. The animals in slaughterhouses don't care if you say the wrong wording. They just say, "Just get me out of here." Just wake people up. Yeah,
and the general public don't care. And I think our words are important. Our words do hold power, but. Yeah. When it's to that, as you say, what is it? So they're saying animal cruelty and not animal abuse. The person that isn't vegan, they're going to hear the same thing either way. And that is telling me I need to change. And to be honest, they're just going to be having such an internal battle with that. They're not going to care really what you say.
Exactly. Really. And if you say, whilst exploitation is obviously what it is, it's people understand cruelty more. If you say to someone you're being cruel. Yeah, it affects people way more than saying you're being exploitative. Because that's like, it's just a complicated word for a lot of people, isn't it?
It is,
and it's quite vague. It covers a whole range of things. Where if you're just being cruel, and like I say, there's no form of exploitation that isn't cruel that I can think of.
Absolutely.
Then the people are going to be like, "What, cruel? I know cruel. I'm not cruel," and it's just I've only got less than a minute, maybe 2 minutes with these people in the street, and you've got to get in and get out as quickly as you can, and you've got your head kicked in. Right.
Do you have I seen you with the people that give out the samples of food? Have you ever done any of that? Yeah, I thought I'd seen you.
I've done a couple. Yeah, I've done a couple. I did a couple of We the Three. We the Three. Oh, look how easy you said that. I'm going to get complaints now. You said that wrong. Yeah, no. I've done a couple of events with them, and that's brilliant. That's great.
Yeah.
But again though, for one of them, they were watching 3 minutes of the most horrendous footage, and then coming over to me going, "Oh, and that horrible," So it didn't quite work. So I put Dawn in the bag and just did the rest of the day as me, but. Some people came away with tears in their eyes. Some people saying that's disgusting, and then I'm there going, "Oh, do you want a vegan Kit Kat?" Just didn't work, No. It's they're coming away. They're coming away, scarred, knowing they've been paying for this their whole lives. It's such a wake up call. Yeah. They don't want comedy immediately after it. They don't want a Dame Edna to come and see them straight afterwards.
No,
they want someone on their level, so it just doesn't work. I think Dawn's better off out on her own doing her own thing.
Yeah, I can see that actually. Yeah, there's after watching something like that, you do need to be compassionate to these people. They've just.
And whilst that was nice, I did a couple of interviews and stuff, but it still didn't feel right. Dressed like that.
Yeah, no, I can see why. Hard to be compassionate, like Dawn. Yeah.
Can you imagine me like? Can you imagine me like as a doctor, as Dawn, like, "I'm sorry for your loss"? Like, it just wouldn't work, would it?
Not at all. I can't imagine you. That's why I can't stop laughing. Oh my god.
He lived to a wonderful age, didn't he? Help yourself to a mint. It just wouldn't work. Yeah.
It wouldn't work at all. Oh, I love it. I think she's got. I mean, I love Dawn.
Yeah.
I'm horrified by the wig.
You really like Dawn, don't you?
I really like Dawn. I think she's brilliant. I think she's absolutely fantastic. But that wig does horrify me a little bit. But yeah,
it's horrible.
Tell me more about this gig you did that we've sort of been seeing bits of. So that was just an open, anybody could enter. It was not a vegan thing at all. It was an open mic type gig, was it? Like a comedy night?
Yeah, sketch off. It was my first gig to a non-vegan audience. And you turn up and do 7 minutes, and you get to see if people like you. The audience vote you through, and then there's a quarterfinal, semi-final, then a final. So I'm through to the quarterfinals, which I'm doing on the 22nd of Feb at the Museum of Comedy. And it was just a trial really to see if she does work in front of a non-vegan audience. Obviously, I had to put loads of stuff in that wasn't related to veganism, but I've got vegan patches all over my jacket. And I say at the start, I'm a vegan comedian. I'm a Kavigian. So I had to sort of I had to say, before I start, let's address the avocado in the room. Yes, right. I am vegan. Brilliant. But don't worry, I'm not a judgy one. I'm not a judgy one. You can be a vegan, vegetarian, or a flesh eater. It's entirely up to you. That was, which got a laugh, and that's immediately it's out of the way. And then my next thing was nothing to do with veganism. It was about it was a little bit about my dog, and where I grew up in Leicester, my parents and stuff like that. So they know I'm vegan. It's pushed under the carpet. I'm not a preachy one, even though I preached. And then I go away, and then at the end I come back to it and do a whole bit on it.
Oh, fab!
Because they've forgiven me then. Well, I didn't know they would, but they forgave me then, and laughed at my normal stand-up. So I thought, well, let's revisit it and see if I can slip that in at the end, and it seemed to work. They got a big laugh.
That's really good. So had you got that kind of pre-planned, or had you just got some material and you thought, I'll see how this goes? And literally on stage, we're thinking, I'll do another bit at the end.
No, I'd planned it because you've got to work to a tight 6-7 minutes. I kind of had a pretty firm idea what I was going to say. But yeah, I didn't realise it would go that well. I thought it would just be, as soon as I mentioned the word vegan, I either get booed or stony silence. But they were lovely. There was such a nice audience.
From the reaction you got a laugh, and and there weren't any kind of like, oh. You couldn't hear that awful noise of like, oh, vegan. It's making us normal. We're all normal people. We just have different ethics.
That's what. Yeah, that's exactly it. That's what I said. I was like, the thing, I had to sort of nip in the bud that it wasn't, it's not a cult, it's not a religion. It's just that you're just looking out for animals. I kind of had to say that because it's educating them a little bit of what veganism is. Because again, when I say vegan, they're going to think what everyone thinks: judgy. It's a cult. It's joined a religion. He just eats vegetables. All that nonsense that everyone believes. So that was my time. That was my 6 minutes to address that. Even if I didn't get through, that's a whole room of people that I've spoke to and told them about this thing. Open their mind a little bit, hopefully, to veganism. So that was it really. I just thought I'd try it.
Yeah, well, I think it worked. It seemed great. And so you'll have to tell us what goes on with the next bit. That would be brilliant.
I will. I'll film
it. When you're not with Dawn or Peter.
Yep.
How do you find navigating the world as a vegan? Have you got vegans around you? Your family vegan? Do you have a good support network?
Not really. Well, there's my wife's vegan, my little boy's vegan. But there's loads of people in the vegan community that I've met, tons of friends through being vegan, and they're just ace. They're like brilliant. You as well, and Jen, and so many awesome people.
Thank you.
Which is good, but the rest of my family aren't vegan, and my old mates aren't vegan. Some of them are trying new things. They're moving over, trying to quit dairy, and they're moving over to stuff. It's a slow process, but then a lot of people, family and friends, when you mention it, there's a stony silence, or they want to change the subject, or always banging on about that again. They think it's just a topic that's all you think about, but it is all you can think about, isn't it? Because it's happening now.
Yeah. Well, I've had that. I've had, you're obsessed, and it's like, but you can't help be obsessed. If your eyes were open like mine were, you would be obsessed too.
Yeah, it's like a big house full of puppies that's on fire, isn't it? And that this house is on fire full of puppies, and you keep telling people about it, and they just like, we don't want to hear it. Stop telling us about it. Stop banging on about it. And you're like, but they need rescuing now. They're there now, just about to be killed. That's what it's like. That's what it feels like. That's how urgent it is to us.
Yeah, do you know what? I've never heard of that. That's a really good analogy, actually. I'm going to steal that. Yeah. That's brilliant. Yeah.
Go for it. Yeah.
It's exactly what it's like.
Or kids. If people don't like dogs, say it's kids. They're babies still, aren't they? The animals, it's kids.
Yeah,
kids
I mean
that's house.
Yeah, that is the one that you can get to people with, isn't it? If you need to, and
yeah,
it's just it's exhausting that they can't see it. I've got a friend out here, a very dear friend called Peter, who's a wonderful man. He's late 70s, been a vegan for forever, pretty much. And amazing. He's got it's not even a theory. And if he sees this, I don't think he'd mind me sharing this. Well, I hope not, because I'm going to do it. He's a real belief that a person is put into a family that will become a vegan to help that family to sort of bring on where we need to get to. And he's very woo-woo. He's very spiritual, and he laughs at me because I'm not.
Did you say he's very woo-woo?
He's very woo-woo. He's very woo. There's a lot of woo-woo.
That's a Teletubby, isn't it? It's woo-woo. I've never heard that.
Have you not? Oh, is this... Oh, okay.
No.
Woo-woo. Well, Jen, Vegan Queen V, she's woo-woo. She's very spiritual, and she's very...
okay.
And she... I suppose, and it's fine, and I've got a lot of friends that are like that, and I think I'm like that to a degree, but I'm far more sort of science, black and white, whereas he's more very much like spiritual, and I learn a lot from him because of that, because he really thinks about his words, and he's a wonderful man. And I've totally forgotten what I was going to say about it. Oh yeah, so he said that in the family that his belief is that in each family one person will be born into that family that then goes on to become vegan and caring and to sort of drive the cause forward. And as time's gone on, since he said that to me, I was like, when he first said it, I was like, really? And actually, the more people I meet, the more people I realise that we are quite solitary beings. Even if we are, we're social. I'm very social. I think you're fairly social, but ultimately we're quite solitary. And I think that gives us, because our families generally are not with us until they are with us. That gives us that fight, then, doesn't it? That gives us the ability to be able to talk to other people in whatever way that is, whether that's through handing out leaflets or standing with a jumper or doing the truth cube or doing what you do, or no matter how you do your activism. It needs to come from somewhere, and sometimes I think it is that almost that isolation, and sometimes the piss taking that you get from your own family.
Yeah, that's right. You want to prove people wrong as well sometimes, don't you? You want to show, it's not, you're not just doing this because you're bored or you've lost your way. You're doing it for actual reasons. So you need to sort of prove a point as well.
It's crazy, isn't it? You can give up your whole life. Pretty much my whole life's been like the things I've given up for veganism, and they still think you're just in it for shits and giggles. It's like, no, this is really serious.
Exactly.
It's mind blowing.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
it's really crazy.
Yeah,
If you were able to talk to somebody that's a new vegan now, what could you give them any advice on how to navigate the world as a vegan? What advice would you give them?
I would say, well, what I did was learn as much as I could about it, because if I had any uncomfortable conversations where I didn't know enough about what I was talking about, animal agriculture or the planet or what's happening, all that kind of stuff, how animals are treated. If I didn't know enough and I lost the argument, I felt like I wasn't doing the animals any justice. And I had a couple of those in the early days, which I wish I could relive now.
Yeah.
But I would... it's horrendous, but I would watch everything and I would read everything. And it's a horrible time doing that, because not only are you become aware of what you've been paying for, what we do to animals and what state the world's in, but it's really traumatizing. And So emotionally, it's horrendous. But you do get through that, and you do come out the other side kind of not immune to it, but hardened off. And that's when you're ready. Then you've got your, you've got your artillery, yeah, and then you're ready to sort of use it. You're ready to battle. You've got all your ammo. So I would plan some time, stick some time aside, and watch everything and read everything. And there's a lot of it, because then you make your own decisions as well. It's not, you pick bits out, and they're the bits you can use. Some of it will confuse you, some of it you won't agree with, but it's research, isn't it? It's like with everything. You only get better by doing it. But that's what I would say. Watch everything and read everything. But know that at the end of it, that you've got lots of people that have been through that with you, and that we're all there with you, and we're ready to catch you at the end of it when you're realising that the world's burning and humans are evil. We're all still, we're at the other end. We're at the finish line, going, yeah, it sucks. We agree, but we're here with you. But I don't think you can fully fight for the animals if you don't know what's happening.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah,
and some people will say, I don't want to watch the horrible footage and slaughterhouse. I don't need to watch all that. But those people are vegans, so that's fine. They're already fighting the cause. But if you're new to it, I think you need to. Yeah,
I think so. Yeah, I've never really watched any of them.
No. You don't need
but then I think you and I similar in the same way that they were online quite a lot. You're on Instagram quite a lot, and it just comes up. Then it's things you just can never unhear or unsee. That comes up anyway. Yeah. So I don't need to go and watch a documentary because I see it every day. Every time I switch on my phone to do a reel, it's like, oh no, I've just seen that thing, and I didn't need to see it, but now I've seen it, and now I feel I need to speak about it, and it can feel really relentless. Do you think
some of these things stay in your head, don't they? Like they don't leave your head. Every now and again they go, oh, remember that? And you're like, oh, there it is again.
Yeah. Oh, I think I'll be on, however I die, I'll be lying there thinking, oh yeah, I probably won't even be thinking about my death. I'll be thinking, yeah, remember that video, that thing that man did, that pig? It was awful. And it's never going to leave you, is it? Yeah. It's never, ever going to leave you.
Nah.
Yeah, it's terrifying. Nah. I've started thinking about that now, so thanks for that.
Sorry. I've started thinking about the video of you dying. That's never going to leave me now. Just you in the water go. Blah, 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 blah.
Am I going to drown? Have you foreseen my death?
I don't know.
Am I going to?
Just in the bath.
Sea, so maybe. There's a lot of really angry dolphins around here. They don't like me, the dolphins. I got hit by a. What's the other guy? The big grey guy called? What's he called?
In what? Harry Potter? Or?
Not the dolphin.
Oh, in the sea?
Yeah.
In the sea?
The seals. I got hit. I couldn't know what his name was. He's just a big grey guy, isn't he? It's probably a girl.
The big guy.
The big guy.
There's more than one, though. There's more than one seal.
Well, it was only one that hit me. But there's some of the people that I swim with, they were taking the mickey going, oh yeah, seals everywhere. Ooh. Did you hear about Claire? She accidentally kicked a seal in the face. It was awful. And we were like, oh no, this is... And I thought, nah, I'll see one coming up. And we were swimming in. I was on my own, swimming in towards the shore. And I felt something go past me and hit. It was the water moving that touched me, not the actual animal, I think. And but then you get that feeling in your back where you're like, oh, there's somebody behind me. I don't want to look. And then you look. And it was this massive seal.
Wow.
Hello. I've never swum so fast ever. It was terrifying. I was absolutely...
Wow. They're big, aren't they? Yeah.
We do get them around here a lot. They come quite often. They come into where, especially at Newquay. I'm a bit further down the coast now where I live, but I can't remember why I started that story, but they're terrifying. But I still love them.
That's amazing, though. What a lovely, connection.
Oh, it's incredible. If you swim at Newquay, so this is Pembrokeshire Newquay, not Newquay. Where's the other Newquay? Cornwall? This is...
yeah, I think so.
Is it Devon or Cornwall? I think it's Cornwall.
No, Norquay's... No, it's Norquay, isn't it? Isn't Newquay near Great Yarmouth, that area?
Oh. I don't know where... Isn't Great... No. Oh. I don't know. Isn't Great Yarmouth in Norfolk?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. What's
I haven't got a clue.
Then?
I don't
No fucking clue. Yeah.
No idea. But
Norfolk.
in Wales, in Ceredigion and Newquay, dolphins. There is a swimming area that a lot of people swim in, but they swim out of it. But particularly on a warm, sunny morning, quite early in the morning, the dolphins will just come in. They do not care about us. Obviously, they come in and they are terrifying because they are such huge animals and they're leaping through the water. And you just think, if one of them hits me, it is game over. So maybe that's how we got into this, because of my death. So you've now foreseen my death, and it's going to be a watery one. So
so slapped by a seal, yeah?
Slapped by a seal.
Slapped by a seal.
Right in the face.
Yeah, or a dolphin.
Dolphins are just laughing. They're like, look at her.
Yeah. Ironically though, people that are on there that are dying, their last wish is to swim with dolphins. So there's an irony there that your last wish is to drown with a dolphin.
Literally, my bucket list killed me.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, don't be.
I want to drown with a dolphin.
No good. But yeah, you're right. So I'm ethically swimming with dolphins. They're just messing about with me in the morning. When I swim with Jen, being Queen V, she doesn't swim in a costume. Yeah. She always swims in the nud. So she's known around here as the pink dolphin.
Brilliant.
Yeah. So yeah, she can't run away from anything too fast. It's terrible. I can't remember how we got onto this. Oh my days.
I don't know. Pink dolphins.
There's your next character. Someone aquatic.
Yeah. Pink dolphin. Yeah. Why not?
You can't be the pink dolphin. You'll have to be the green dolphin. Jen's already taken the pink dolphin. You can argue that out.
It's not Power Rangers. Yeah. All right. Yeah.
Maybe it should be. Oh, I would totally be down for that. If you set up...
What, if we all dress as Power Rangers?
I will don a catsuit and be there for it and ready for that. Set up a little group.
Good. Yeah. We could call ourselves Flower Rangers.
Flower Rangers.
Yeah. That'd be good, wouldn't it?
They had special powers, didn't they? Did they?
Yeah. They had little plastic belt buckles. What would mine be? Oh, I don't know.
I'm not going to lie. That blue thing with your microphone, that looks a little bit like a Power Rangers helmet from here. So you'd have to be the blue one.
Oh yeah, I would be.
Yeah,
blue.
You are Blue Power Ranger then. There you go. What's your power?
Yeah, all right.
Did they have powers? Am I making that up?
They kind of did. They had little weird belt buckle type shaped things, and it's morphin time. And then they'd have sort of ninja powers, and then every single episode they would get beaten up and then just turn into a massive transformer at the end.
I don't think I ever watched it till the end. I think that's where I'm going.
I don't blame you. It's rubbish.
I'd be awful.
But every episode they just turn into a... What would my power be?
I mean, it'd be comedy, I guess, wouldn't it?
Well, I've already got that power, haven't I? Cheeky.
I wasn't suggesting you hadn't. That's what I'm saying.
Christ. If you had a superpower, what would it be? Good at comedy? Wow. Wow.
You got it. That's what I meant.
Yeah. I tell you what I'd like as a superpower. I'd really like to be funny. Wow. Okay.
You do that. Right. I'll have the power of not sticking my foot in it.
Done.
Oh my gosh. Oh, I don't know what
Brilliant.
I'll have. Yeah. Not drowning.
I've always wanted to fly, but Power Rangers can't fly, but I'd love to fly, wouldn't you?
Good. No, I've never wanted to fly.
No.
Never been.
Oh, you've never wanted to fly?
No.
No, I mean like just generally.
No. Why?
Oh.
I can do what I want down here. I don't need to. I don't know. I've never really thought about it.
Well, you can't fly down there.
I suppose. No, I could if I was a Power Ranger. I think I've probably spent my whole life looking at birds. I've probably not really thought about looking down at people.
Yeah, I suppose so. It'd be nice to be up there with them. Yeah.
I suppose it would be, really. I think I'd just be too worried about falling out the sky. So.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you'd fly, so you'd be all right.
But I'm so clumsy. I'm so clumsy. I'd just hit something and fall like. Whoop. It'd be like a cartoon.
Oh, fair enough.
I am the clumsiest.
Yeah, fair enough.
I can trip over anything. I can trip over fresh air. Me, I'm really, really clumsy. So yeah, flying's not the one. Yeah, I'm
all right. Okay. Well, let us know.
Yeah,
let us know what yours would be then. Mine would be flying.
Oh my god! I have got a question for you. I've got one question that I ask everybody that comes on the podcast, and it doesn't have to be a vegan answer. I'm just really nosy. If you could go back to your childhood and tell yourself something, one thing, what would it be?
Oh. It would be... So I slipped... It's boring. Can it be boring?
Yeah.
So when I was 18, I worked in a garden centre.
Whatever you want.
Nah, I'll stick with boring. When I was 18, I worked in a garden centre and slipped a disc in my back, building like furniture and bird tables and stuff. And it's been damaged ever since. So I would say don't take that job on at the garden centre. That's what I'd tell myself.
Is that the...
See, it's boring. It's boring, isn't it?
I didn't expect that.
And also, it's factual as well. Or you can have any dream you want. You can have any career you want. That one as well.
Oh yeah, that one as well. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, don't get near that bloody garden centre.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to take the piss out of your answer. I mean, I did take the piss out.
Oh, it's fine.
I'm laughing, but yeah, don't take the job at the garden centre.
Yeah. My life would be so much better.
Would the advice? Yeah, look, as a fellow bad back person, I'm with you on that. Would your advice not be take better care of your back, and then you could do anything?
Take better care of your back. I suppose so, but that would be by not going to the garden centre and lifting loads of stuff, wouldn't it? I suppose.
Also, I don't think you better be a Power Ranger if you've got a slip disc, and I hadn't thought about that because I'm always... Let's not be Power Rangers. Yeah.
Well, so you go back in time to your younger self and tell yourself, don't be a Power Ranger. Okay, also, you're wasting your go.
Yeah, and also,
you're wasting your go.
Steel slap you because it's not nice. Yeah. Where can people find you? Thank you so much for coming and talking to me today. I can't believe that's gone already. That time.
I know, isn't it? I know. It's Buster come to say hello.
Buster say, hey, lay off my dad. He's dead.
He is.
Hi, Buster. Oh, little man. He's
cute, isn't he?
He's very cute.
Kiss, kiss.
He's very cute.
Kiss, kiss. Kiss, kiss. Kiss, kiss.
He was thinking, I was waiting for him to go, no, don't think so. Oh, he's lovely.
Not again.
Not again, yeah. Really? Leave it. Not on camera. I love it. I've got my Dr. Nogglesworth down here. He's snoring away in his little bed. And I interviewed someone else before you, and they also had their dog in the office as well. And it was I just love it. I love every vegan that I interview. There's normally a cat or a dog. Sometimes there's a parrot. Yeah. Or some rescue animal of some sort. I'm like, I love this so much. I mean, I love talking to you as well, but I also love talking to you.
Yeah.
Dog. I hope that's come across.
Yeah, you can't. Oh, definitely. Yeah. Well. Yeah. No, it has. It is. It's. We can't go anywhere without animals, can we? We love them so much. They've got to be everywhere.
Yeah. I think so. When we are being everywhere, that was a terrible link. Where can people find you?
Where can people find me? Social media wise? My handle is always at plant-braced, or plant_braced on Instagram. I couldn't get the handle plant-braced. It's some guy who looks after plants nicked that, so it's annoying. So I've got plant underscore on that one. But yeah, there. I'm also playing at the Garlinge Theatre. Do you know that the world's first vegan theatre?
No.
In Kent. Yeah, in Kent. Sandwich in Kent. I'm playing there the 26th of April with Be Friendly. We're doing a show together.
My days! I'm writing this down right now because I love all of you. 26th. I'm going to try and get down there.
Yeah.
26th of April.
Yeah, we're doing Saturday the 26th. Yeah. Garlinge Theatre. It's a wicked theatre.
I didn't realise where it was. Ian and Kathy are the nicest people.
Yeah.
They are just.
They are. They're so lovely.
They are fab, and they're funny. They're brilliant. They're absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, definitely.
Great.
It should be a lovely evening.
To that.
So if you type in the Garlinge Theatre into Google, it'll be on. I think there's a website link. I think it's ticketsource.co.uk, or if you go to the Garlinge website, there's a link there.
Brilliant.
But that should be good. That should be good. We're doing all night. Dawn and Be Friendly are doing all night, so that should be good. Well, not all night. We're going home, but yeah, should be a good laugh.
That's great. And I don't know. Are you Freedom Fields this year?
No, I haven't been asked yet.
What?
Well, I haven't been asked.
They've only just
I did. Yeah, but if you want to put your word in, I'm happy to. I'll be up for it. Oh, okay.
No, I mean, maybe I will. I'll just message him anyway and go, listen, I'm a big fan of Dawn. Will she be there? Not that Peter, though.
Yeah.
He's the one.
No.
Right.
So there was he's a one.
He's the one.
Dawn's a one, if anyone.
She's great.
So I'm doing that, and there's another gig I was booked in to do, which is... just follow me on my social media, because there's 2 more lined up, but I haven't got ticket links available yet. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, we'll just follow you on social media. How old is Dawn, before we go? How old's Dawn?
Oh, I'd say she's mid to late 40s.
Oh, God.
Yeah, she's not an old lady. She's not a really old lady.
Say, when I get older, I think I might be a bit like Dawn, but I'm already 10 years older than Dawn because I'm 50.
Yeah, but we can all be like Dawn. I mean, I'm like Dawn, aren't I? And I'm 42. We can all be like her, you know. But she's even though she dresses old-fashioned, double denim and stuff like that, she's not that old.
It's the double denim that did it, I think, for me. Yeah.
Yeah, and the bobble hat, I suppose.
She was, a bit older than me, but yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good look.
She looks good for her age because she's on a plant-based diet, you see.
Yeah, she does. She does. Well, this is it. I thought she was like 60, so she does look really good for her age. But I just thought...
She might be.
The way she dresses, amazing.
Yeah, she might be lying about her age, you know.
She might be, yeah. Yeah, like me, I've been saying I'm older than I am for the last 3 years. By total accident, because I forgot what age I was. Anyway,
that's because the seal slapped you, isn't it? Concussion.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Thank you so much, Lee. It's been so much fun.
That's all right.